60 years ago, my grandparents, Wells and Loyal Allred, left their high-paying PhD jobs and began stewarding the land here in the Columbia Basin. I am one of the many posterity to carry on that legacy. Growing up on our farm in Royal City, Washington, instilled in me a profound respect for the land and a deep understanding of the hard work required to sustain it. My parents taught me the concept of reaping what you sow and how that is critical to effective farming. At Royal Family Farms, we believe regenerative agriculture is our best strategy to sustain this incredible way of life for generations to come, with hopes of having a massive positive impact for both our environment and for our food system. Spanning 15,000 acres, our farm operates on principles that prioritize working with nature to improve soil health, biodiversity, and the efficient use of our resources. Together, we're developing a closed-loop system where every output is repurposed to enhance our farming operations through regenerative practices. This way, we can continue to produce more food with less synthetic inputs. Today's technology has enhanced our ability to produce high-quality, nutritious food while still focusing on God's natural systems. Our motivator has always been to feed our family, our community, and the world. Our family farm is integrating methods that will innovate and push the boundaries of what sustainable farming can achieve. In our mission to learn and grow, we face a critical question. Can regenerative agriculture not only sustain our family, but transform the future of farming on a global scale? And can it be done without negative consequences, such as reduced crop yields or food shortages? Join us as we explore the limits and uncover the true potential of regenerative farming at scale. Regenerative farming is a holistic approach to agriculture that focuses on restoring soil health, increasing biodiversity, and enhancing natural ecosystems. Conventional farming often depletes soil nutrients and leads to environmental degradation, while regenerative agriculture seeks to create a harmonious balance between farming and nature, decreasing dependency on synthetic fertilizers. To do this, we utilize a range of practices. Today, we'll be introducing 5 crucial elements: cover crops, ruminants, compost, worms, and bees. Carbon is life. Farmers are in the business of creating more life. Thus, it is so important that we are really conscientious of keeping carbon in our loop, losing as little as possible to the air and sequestering as much as possible into the soil. Carbon in the soil is undeniably healthy and critical to creating more life in the form of food. Our ability to practice regenerative farming begins with our family. Working together, we all champion a vital role in the loop, making it achievable and sustainable on a large scale. Regenerative agriculture begins in the soil. It's not just dirt. It's a living, breathing habitat full of life. And like any healthy, long-lasting ecosystem, it thrives in diversity. The soil that sprouts and yields corn at one period continues on to host a number of different cover crops and harvest crops over time, supporting thousands of different microbes. This diversity is critical to growing good food. Rotating crops in crop diversity also helps to prevent nutrient depletion and breaks up cycles of pests and diseases. Furthermore, cover crops protect the soil, acting as a blanket in the winter and shade in the summer, providing a consistent, stable environment for beneficial microbes in the soil. Crop diversity also supports a wider range of wildlife, like pollinators, beneficial insects, and birds that all play a crucial role in the sustainability of a thriving ecosystem. But there is one player, my personal favorite, that has a truly incredible and necessary role in the regenerative loop. They are the ruminants, or as you know them, the cows. Our cows are more than just livestock. They are the biorecycling machines that tie the cycle together. All thriving regions on this earth have ruminants as part of their ecosystem. After the cover crops have done their job, our cows graze on these fields, naturally fertilizing and enhancing the biodiversity in the soil with their manure, and helping to aerate the ground with their hooves. Combined with grazing, they'll enjoy a diverse, nutritious, and balanced diet that includes a variety of fruits and vegetables grown in our fields. Along with these soil-building crops, these cattle will eat a number of human food byproducts that we pass up on. These other products not only support the cattle but add yet more diversity and nutrition into our whole farm ecosystem, allowing us to close more loops. That diet comes together in what we call the kitchen, where we combine all the cold and surplus crops from our harvest, along with the rotational crops grown for soil health. This creates a balanced, nutrient-rich diet for our ruminants. We want strong, healthy cows, because we know that they are essential to creating a thriving ecosystem that results in milk, meat, and manure production, all essential byproducts to continue the cycle. We want people to see that natural processes can be used at a scale because this system of agriculture just makes sense. Supporting our regenerative practices with modern technology, like blockchain, provides food safety and transparency for consumers anywhere in the world, so they know the exact care we provide our animals, our land, and the food we produce. This is a huge opportunity for us to understand the value and scale these regenerative practices can have. I could continue on about the importance of our ruminants, our regenerative farming powerhouses, but I do need to shine some light on some different superstars. Smaller, but just as mighty. Welcome to the world's largest worm farm, where every day we begin the process of treating 200,000 gallons of liquid wastewater into a safe, nutrient-rich resource that we can use right here on our farm. These worm beds are filled with wood chips coming from the retired orchards. The wood acts as a filter for the water, creating an ideal environment by improving aeration and moisture retention. This supports the worm's reproduction cycles, making the worm population more productive and self-sustaining. This wood and worm filter effectively removes around 90% of the nitrogen, 70% of the phosphorus, and 50% of the potassium that was in the water. The worm's unique digestive system helps to create many times more positive microbials within this process. Beyond clean water and more microbes, these worm beds upcycle our retired orchard trees or slash piles that would have otherwise been burned, which releases their carbon back into the atmosphere. Now, we are able to use them to filter millions of gallons of water, creating countless beneficial microbes, and upcycle carbon back into the soil to help it thrive. A big part of regenerative farming is finding new ways to use everything we already produce throughout the food growing process. Composting is a perfect example of this principle in action. Our compost is a mixture of leftover crops, hay, manure from our ruminants, wood chips, and other compostable waste products from our different processing facilities. These are layered together and mixed over the course of a 3 to 6 month cycle. A specific mix of compost, worm castings, biochar, and other upcycled products allow us to get these materials back to where they can do the most good, in our soil for the next generation of our food. Once it's ready, we load it up into our spreaders and douse the freshly harvested fields, enhancing the nutrient-dense diversity and leaving the field prepped for its next crop. Composting acts as a crucial link that keeps our whole operation a closed loop and self-sustaining. But we have one more stop on the tour, and it's definitely the sweetest. It's no secret that pollinators are important to food production, and our bees are crucial to maintaining the health of the agriculture ecosystem, contributing to its sustainability by doing the meticulous, detailed work that only bees can do. It's a natural, organized system that inspires my work. Every bee knows its duty, and when they all work together, you can see power in their natural system and how they are successful because they can rely on their order. It's humbling to see an example of our life's work naturally taking shape in such a small yet essential life. Hard work and pollination aside, our bees provide raw, unfiltered local honey, and yet another valuable and sustainable byproduct within the regenerative loop. When we focus on soil, animal, and overall environmental health, then we are blessed with byproducts of nutritious, high-quality food every time. Transitioning to regenerative practices does require knowledge, resources, and commitment, but the benefits far outweigh the effort. And we believe regenerative agriculture is a model that other families, communities, and businesses can follow, regardless of their scale. To me, it all comes back to people. Agriculture affects every person on the planet. We should all be doing what we can to make changes for the better and support one another. I look at my family, and our purpose at Royal Family Farming becomes clear. We are to work God's age-old natural systems into the incredible technological advancements. As we righteously steward over our land and animals, this will lift our communities and leave the world better.